Hey, Diego. Hey, nice run, nice go. Hey, we need crashes, handlers, we need crashes. Yeah, Diego. Hit those, Ben. Yeah, Diego. Let's go.
Nice, Harry.
Way to be there, Calvin.
Thank you for joining the live stream. Anybody who's tuning in, we have USC playing against Utah with some fun post-game antics over there. USC started, actually Utah started with the disc, and USC has come back to reply 1-1. Sad thing today is I left my phone charger in my car, so unless somebody has a USB-C charger here at the field, this might be my only stream today. I'll still be recording the game because that's what I'm here for.
Let's go, Chris!
You see with the pole, looks like Utah is forming up on the far side of the field. Filming on the side with the team, so we're filming it into the sun, but that gives some good contrast between the two teams. That's Utah pulling in their second score. We're going to be testing out instant replay today. It's been tested. I just like to field test it here.
Let's go, SC! Hey, Christian! Yeah!
Hey, Utah. What's your guys' Instagram?
UCSB.
What?
We're not USO.
Oh, you're UCSB?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Should be
I've got that wrong on the
should be
stream.
Black Tide or something.
UCSB? Oh, Black
UCSB,
Tide.
like Black Tide, Ultimate. Something like that.
Well, I made a mistake. I've got to make an adjustment on the live stream. I was told Utah last night. Morning, dude. How's it going?
Doing well.
I made a mistake. I was told versus Utah last night, and I got here. I'm like, okay, versus Utah. I didn't even pay attention until just now. I'm like, oh shoot! Like I asked them, like, hey, what's your Instagram? They're like, we're UCSB. I'm like, oh shoot. So now I've got to go on and make corrections on.
Yeah.
She's like, I go into Facebook after this point and change my status from Utah to UCSB.
Right, yeah.
The downside is I've left my phone charger in my car, so this might be the only game that I live stream today.
Cool tech you got.
Yep. It's a monopod attached to a tripod. 12 feet. That was Nathan Warden of Black Tide coming over to the sideline, saying hi. The whole Southern California community of Ultimate players is fairly close-knit. A lot of us know each other, even if we're between San Diego and LA and Santa Barbara. There's still a lot of us who don't know each other, but for the most part, those who know each other, large crowd.
Yeah, Diego, nothing. Hey, watch the play.
Black Tide trying to work in the red zone. Black Tide taking away their next one. Comes a replay. Looks like the teams are going into a timeout of some sort. Post point timeout. Oh, that replay was supposed to be hidden.
Hey, come in, go in. Try, post up. Point again.
Justin, come to me. Justin, this side. Hey, get down there, Doug.
It's USC with another turnover in the red zone. And Black Tide reeling in another. Take a look at the other replay. Apparently, I hit the wrong key.
It's hard to remember. Definitely. I never remember the cultures.
Black Tide number 3 with the pole. Pulling down the disc for USC, Richard Kirkpatrick, number 3. Lockdown needs to open up the field. If they want to have a chance in this game, they've got to move away from the short game and open up to the long game. That's something that I've discovered with my team going with various leagues is sometimes the short game is where you get killed. It helps out part of the time, but really opening the field up to a long game is how you break the force on the zone that Black Tide is playing. Is you really have to crash the cup and keep the disc moving. Don't sit for too long, otherwise your defense will get set up. Looks like I do have to adjust my tripod a little bit, and I can do that between these points. UC trying to work down the red zone. And pushed against the way sideline. There we go, USC pulling in their second goal for the day. Take a look at that. Actually, looks like there might have been a call on the field.
You know, we probably could go on the other side.
This is going back. That looked like that could have been in, but I don't have the best advantage. A fake hammer. There we go. Take a look at that. Lunges out and just easily threads an open needle. All right, 15 points right now. I have to adjust my tripod. Actually, that's not bad. What's happening is it's too far back. Hey, lockdown. Does anybody have a USC cable?
What?
Anybody have a USC cable? USB-C cable?
Oh.
Yeah, I do.
I left mine in my car. So it looks like this may not be my last game streaming today. First game and last game. Thanks to there we go. I realized I left mine in my car, so I'm like, shoot, I can't charge. Got a slice roll.
Rick, I'm in your ear. Now, Rick. Good, Rick, good.
Black Tide is playing that close offense. Say about 75% of the game is about making smart throws. And the other 25% of the game, actually maybe about 80% of the game is smart throws, and 20% of the game are those questionable throws. Probably about 5% questionable, and 50% of the game is those throws that are they could count as 50-50s. And there we go. See if I can get. USC number 3 for Paul. And some fire truck action in the background today. Probably here because somebody is going to die in a layout, and we need some paramedics and firefighters to carry some players off the field. UCSB calling for some UCSB calling for some sideline chanting. Sounds like a bunch of seagulls out here. Working against the wayside line, just in the corner.
Nice.
UC coming in close, almost pulling in an interception there, or at least knocking it down. Looks like there's a timeout called by UCSB. I come down here for a moment. Got some games running in the background. Got a small camera here today. The thing I see is for USC. USC really needs to spread the field and open up lanes. They're playing a very short game right now. UCSB is playing something very similar. They're going a little bit wider. But the thing that's going to help out USC right now is to open up the field and go for some longer throws. They're playing very short. And a lot of times when teams play short like that, it can really get them into a pickle. Felicia Yang is the coach for USC, and she is having a talk with the 7 that are on the field right now. It's like a wall being formed between the two teams of the extra players. Going out of the timeout, UCSB disc. Number 7 picking up. Actually, that's number 1. Number 1. Number 15. Oh, very close bid, very close bid. It's always very hard to gauge when you're trying to run at the disc and the disc is going away from you and getting low. Where's the cutoff point of when you jump?
on this right. Just right. Isaac. Back. Step on. Isaac, left. Isaac, behind you. Isaac, behind you. Left shoulder, Isaac.
UC does have one on the far side on the right of the display. That's open. Looks like a call was made. Trying to do those close maneuvers just to hand the disc off to break, to crash the cup.
Isaac back. Isaac, drop left shoulder, Isaac. That's your right. Right, Isaac, right. Isaac left behind you. Isaac left
You
behind
definitely
you.
move the disc up the field right now. There you go, moving to the open side of the field.
Isaac dropping back. Stephania's chilling.
So we're talking it out. Let's see that D right there. Looks like there was a call made. Contested foul or uncontested, either way, it went back to the thrower.
Left shoulder, Isaac.
UCSB with number 7. There just has to be something said about when you have this close, even though it was called back, about having your head on a swivel and knowing exactly where to attack a disc. Knowing the speed the disc flies and how fast you can get to just get a fingertip on the disc, and that looked like it was more of a 4 fingers on the disc in order to grab that D, but the disc was brought back. I don't. I think Slowcore, and I'm not sure who the other team is.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Hey, Jack! Hey! Jack!
Looks like USC is on the pole antics right now. Like that went out, so USC is going to take it at the brick. Open on the far left. And he takes it. Reverse center. Up center.
Side, keep moving, side, keep moving. Evan, drop, Evan, drop. Evan, go deep. Cut it out, drop. Get it up. Get it up, get it up. Evan, come deeper. Evan, come to me. Get deeper, Evan.
USC needs to go deeper on these. If they're going to open up the field and really get into attack, they need to spread the field out and go long. There we go, there we go. Looks like there's a call made. Brought the disc back. We have far left of the display. There we go. Could not quite grab for the greatest. There you go, and UCSB is taken to the half. Black Tide 8, Lockdown 2. There is, for those of you tuning in who have never come to an Ultimate tournament, hold on one second, I actually gotta get my laptop charging. Otherwise we lose everything. There we go. Those of you who have never been to a, let me get this off. Never been to a Ultimate tournament before. It's not just one field, not just like 4 or 6 teams. There are multiple upon multiple teams here. We'll be right back for the second half. Welcome back to the second half of USC versus UCSB. UCSB leading coming out of the half 8-2. USC can still be in this game. It is possible. I've seen teams come back from a bigger drop. Got some Colin Gale walking across the field. Come on, brother. You saw the post strike. Oh, it's up. USC is starting the second half on offense. And USC doing some pole antics. Nice thing about UCSD today is they've actually provided lines on the field, which is great. Or at least on some of the fields. Some of the fields are not lined properly. But yeah, those blue lines here are pretty nice to see. It helps you on the stream determine where the disc is. It helps us determine where the disc is. And it helps a disc get caught in a tree. I've only seen that happen at pickup. It does kind of out of bounds because it is interference from something not on the field. Got skied by a tree. Mr. Lennisman on the sideline, coach of the Aviators, has come to join in on the fun. Father of Danny Lennisman, fan and crowd favorite last year on the Aviators. Good cross the field, switching. Good movement on USC's part. Exactly what they've needed to do in the first half to get the disc moving down the field and to break that cup. So the way that you break the zone is you just keep the disc moving, you keep the defense guessing, keep the defense moving so they can never really truly set up. You end up tiring out the defense by constantly changing where the disc is and causing the cup to run around. Hammer across the field. Crowdy did get a hammer. And USC starting the second half, taking that first point. While they're doing this, I'm going to check something. Just way too high right there.
No, but I think I could get it into like, you know, like a 10. I'll pay for it, but I'll Short! Oh, heads up! Lot of time! Hands up!
It's like USC's gone into a zone.
Keep talking!
Just that one, Ben.
Behind you, man. Yeah, Ryan. Hey, John, stop the bleeding. John, tight. No 17, John. No 17. Tight Dawson.
Is almost not in. Able to keep his hands on the disc. UCSB 9, USC 3.
It's like if they take that sideline, that's like a trap sideline. It's better.
You know, unlike when we were playing and when the USC was playing up at UCSB a couple weeks ago, I'm kind of missing having the cheerleaders behind the stream today. Should grab the black tide sound effect there where they're saying black, 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 and put it to Finding Nemo with the seagulls. That's probably where they got that from, so we'll just leave it right there. USC stuck in the end zone, almost all the way in the back of it. Line moved up. You said the stall count is basically what that short catch was. Great grab by Kirkpatrick.
Austin, talk to each other. See what. Just him on your left. Nice in. Just him on your left. Yeah, you're right. Him on your left. On your left, Barry. Just him on your left. On your right, yep.
UCSB's black tie defense has just really been putting a lot of pressure on USC in the first half, so looks like USC is definitely trying to move the disc around, tire out that defense. They are getting a lot more movement in the second half so far. Just a mixture of can they keep the movement up and not tire out their offense and pull on a score. This has been a marginally long point. Lots of resets and small advances. Call being made, possible pick. You see trying to break that red zone in. Nice little hammer could actually have taken that. You see pulling in the fourth point of the game and the day. It is a beautiful 10 a.m. here, and I saw Slowcore almost pull in a score, get indeed behind us. As I said, it's a very nice, sunny Sunday here in Southern California, San Diego area. Sun is shining. There's not a huge breeze, but it is a very slightly noticeable. I'm cutting out the instant replays now. I know the system actually does work. The problem we have is the laptop we've been using for these live streams is not all that powerful. It's a Core i7 8th gen, but it is a 1.8 3.8 gigahertz processor. That is a good amount of RAM, but for future live streams, not necessarily streaming from the middle of nowhere, we will be using a much more powerful 9th gen Core i7, 3.6 gigahertz. It's not just more powerful in terms of faster clock speed, it's also going to be more powerful in terms of number of cores, threads, amount of RAM, video card performance, everything out the door. Black tie taken from the brick.
Dan, good Dan. Hey, they're stretching.
That's all you.
Hey, Jake, you got one?
Chris, Brian, yep. Chris, there's no one. Chris, this side. Mob center.
Another person. Chris, drop. More side. Dan closer. Dan under. Yeah, good spot, Dan. That's right. That's right.
Ooh, that was a very good bid, very close.
Let's go, Christian. Keep taking Christian.
It did sound like his hand made contact with the disc. It wasn't enough. The call made. Send this back. Looks like the disc actually went back 2 plays. Call made. Possible pick.
1, 2.
Black Tide does have one player on the far right side of the field. There he is. And that is just a crazy, nice, easy walk-through defense. Hammer. Ooh, that was very close. Looked like it could have been good, but God's deed. Would have been a perfect bookends for him on that. True bookends. For those of you first time joining, bookends is when you're not familiar with Ultimate Sport. Bookends is when a player gets the D. They knock down the disc, cause the turnover or intercept it, and then they head over and they get the score on top of that. A lot of people don't really consider the baby bookends ones happen within the red zone to count as much. They're still bookends. True bookends are when you're doing it from past half field. It's one step below the Callahan. For those of you not familiar with Ultimate, Callahan is when you intercept the disc in the other team's end zone. So if these guys are playing in the end zone right now, Lockdown was able to jump and grab that and land in the end zone, that would be a Callahan. We'll have replacement of the handler. Looks like a turnover. Slight breeze is pushing towards the away side of the field. Ultimate 101 for those of you not familiar with the sport. The home side of the field is where all your team's gear lies. So if your gear is right here where the camera is, that is the home side of the field. On the far side, the away side, is where those soccer posts are. The soccer, the light posts, anywhere on that sideline, that is considered to be the away side of the field. So when you hear people saying force home, force away, that's what they're referring to. What side of the handler are you going to step on to force them to throw to the other side of the field? UCSB taking number 10. Hey Daniel, good to see you on the live stream. Been paying attention to the game and the camera. Does not have its timestamp, so I have no idea when you jumped on. There is some duck sounds happening on the other field behind us. And that is the first horn, calling for a soft cap. Black tide pulling. Let's see if this one can get caught in that tree. Well, the tree saved it from, didn't get caught in the tree on this pull, but it did save it from going out from behind the fence. So thank you, tree. Thanks for making the players' day easier. If you just tuned into the stream or you've been watching for a few minutes earlier in the game, there was a pull. UCSB with a great D right there. If you jumped into the stream, just recently or not that long ago, that tree in the background, a little bit higher and a little bit more to the right side of the screen, the pole landed in the tree and was stuck. A couple players jumped up and were able to get the disc loose, but that is just one of those times where you say, man, this is so odd. This is So unexpected. That's why I carry baseballs around with me in my ultimate gear. If the disc ever gets stuck into a tree, you don't have to risk another disc getting stuck into the tree or having somebody unable to climb up into an area that can't be really reached safely. Chuck some baseballs. Saved by the fence on that pole. Saved by a oh, you know what? It was not saved by a fence. It was saved by the back pole from going further into the street and hit somebody's car. Of all the colleges I've been to and played at, Glendale Community College actually has a nice net around their football field. So when we go and we play league nights there, you don't have to worry about the disc flying into the street. That net does an amazing job. It's just like those nets at golf courses. They're nice, they're high, and unless you have a crazy hit, 99.9% of the balls that you throw, that you hit, will be safe. Great low catch. Those are always difficult. Sometimes it's a bad habit where you can get up from having the disc low and you accidentally drop the disc. It's happened to me a few times, happened to my friends a few times. And swing field would be a great choice. So with that first horn, I don't know if you heard it, it calls for a cap. There is no timeouts allowed in cap. Given additional time to finish out the game, USC could come back. Unfortunately, this one, due to the cap limit for time, is going to go to UCSB. CSB getting the turnover. That is always a difficult one to go after. You want to take it, you want to lay out, but you got to gauge how far exactly is that disc away. And will it hurt? That looked like if he would have jumped for it, it would have hurt in the landing.
They're dead, let's go! Drop to me. Right behind you. On your left, on your left. Isaac, drop. Isaac, drop. On your right. Yes, Jason. Just 10.
Foul called.
No, he's coming off. He's coming off. No middle zone, yes, though. Go up, go behind, more behind. Yes, Brian.
Scuba across.
Ooh, sorry.
Crash! Those crashes, go!
Up, right. Keep that.
Got some bookends for the Black Tide. And that will end the Black Tide versus Lockout game. Black Tide 12, USC Lockdown 4. Thanks for joining. We are going to take a break and start a new stream here shortly. Stay tuned.